Folks, Brian Tarian here from the Disability Digest with some good news about disability benefit reviews, and I wouldn't call it bad news, but some not so good news about continuing disability benefit reviews. If you're new to this channel and following us here at the Disability Digest, we help people get their benefits, keep their benefits, maximize their benefits, encourage you to like, subscribe, ring the bell. And if you're not a member here, we invite you to join us so we can help you get a customized approach to getting your benefits or keeping your benefits. For this message is all about continuing disability reviews. The statistics show that about 20% of individuals are going to be reviewed in 2022, and many of you have, and I've had, unfortunately, some of you have had some not so good results. But the good news is we have the answers here at the Disability Digest. Recently interviewed industry expert Jim Brown, who has 43 years of experience in helping people get their benefits, keep their benefits. Yeah, that's right, 43 years. So he's a resident expert on this. And the interview's done, and we're ready to release it, and it's got about well, it has 10 tips, the 10 things that you need to do to know so that you can keep your benefits. So that's the good news. We have the answers. The other part of the good news is the interview has a group of individuals that will provide legal support for those that need it to get their benefits, get through their benefit reviews if they're having problems or if they've been denied. Now, because we have a limited amount of legal resources to support this effort, because really nobody is too keen on doing this area of law, we are going to roll this interview out in segments. First, the full interview with all the legal support will go to those that are in our benefit protection program here at the Disability Digest. These are members that we are managing their benefits, making sure that they are getting everything that they're entitled to. And in the event that they have a problem with their benefits, we help them with legal support. There's no charge for it. If you don't know about it, learn about it on this channel or ask us to see if you qualify. So they'll be first. Other members that we've been working with and recently have done a benefit review, they'll be next. For those two groups, you just need to look for CDR guide, and that will be the subject line of the email. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel and you're just a subscriber, we thank you very much. Our plan is to reveal 3 of the 10 tips here in different segments so that you can get an understanding of the basics of what you need to do to protect your benefits. And of course, if you want the full meal deal, we encourage you to join us as a member. There's no charge, and membership has its privileges because we can help you keep your benefits. And there'll be a link down below this. So coming up next will be the first of the tips that we're going to release. It'll help you understand who is going to be reviewed and gives you a segue into what to do if this happens to you. So enjoy this segment of tip number 1 with attorney James Mitchell Brown. Thanks.
Hey everybody, this is Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest, and I'm excited for this interview today. If you are approved for your disability benefits, trying to get approved for your disability benefits, or just thinking about it, or maybe you know somebody that is approved for disability benefits, this is one interview that you do not want to miss. The challenge that we see is that most people that get awarded their disability benefits, you know, they understand that that part is difficult, but what they don't understand is that the review process and the approval process is ongoing for most, is that they're evaluated by Social Security. So today I'm happy to have attorney James Mitchell Brown with us. Jim has become a national expert in helping people get their disability benefits approved. And listen to this, Jim has been doing this work before the Social Security Administration since 1973, 48 years. Good for you. Well, listen, I expect what you're willing to share here today will save people thousands of dollars, and help them keep on their benefits. And so we're going to go through some common questions that I've collected. Will help people understand the forms, how to fill them out. And then at the end, when we're done, if you need help or you have a continuing disability review issue, we'll give you some guidance as where you can go to get some help. So that's what we have on tap today. So thank you in advance for taking the time to do this.
Let me interject one thing. Nobody who's still disabled should ever be cut off. You have to take steps to keep from doing it. But the cases I hate are people who are being cut off because they didn't do what they should do. So this is important to everybody listening and watching today. Take it seriously. You can lose your benefits if you're not careful.
Oh, I'm telling you, I just look at my inbox. We had another one today. So it's the real deal. And we're going to talk about that. I do, in the conversations that I've had in my 17 years of doing this, and I've talked to, I don't know, probably over 9,000 people now. There's a lot of people that just feel that they're just plain untouchable. Like, my conditions are this, but I expect they'll learn unfortunate circumstances from today. So let's start with the basics, Jim. Let's explain what a continuing disability review is. Like, what is it?
So the law says that everybody receiving disability under age 58, 59 maybe, is supposed to be reviewed every 2 to 3 years to determine if their disability is continuing. Social Security starts by sending you a form. You're supposed to fill it out promptly and return it. Step one, if you don't return it, they investigate you further. Fill it out, but be thorough. Second step is, are you working? Are you receiving work comp benefits? Are you receiving a federal disability benefit? But fill that form out completely. Then you have to keep going to the doctor. Just because you're getting disability doesn't mean you can stop going. I had a client who had cerebral palsy. They said nothing could help him, so he quit going to the doctor. He couldn't lift his head off his chest, but they went to cut him off because he wasn't getting medical care. Mm-hmm. Keep going to the doctor. If you don't go, you're going to get terminated. Yeah. It's simple. That's one of the questions they ask. But the reviews happen. Are you still getting medical care? Are you working? What do you do during the day? We're going to go through that form in a little while. Mm-hmm. And it's important to fill it out carefully. Mm-hmm. When we go through that form, I'm going to give another tip on what I recommend to do with it.
Okay, good. Jim, for the audience, oftentimes people will say, my review is scheduled at the 3-year interval, but I haven't had it yet. Like, when are these done? When are they actually done? Do you know?
No, there's no time to predict. There are some judges who write in their decision that this person should be reevaluated in 12 months and 18 months and 36 months. Nobody reads that. Mm-hmm. When I represent somebody younger in their 20s, I put in my pre-hearing memo that they should be reevaluated in 12 months. The judges love that because they're afraid that they're giving this young person the right to get disability forever. And the judges put that in their decision, and nobody ever pays attention to it. The people who are most likely to get reviewed, although Social Security denies it, it really happens, are those who are getting disability for a mental illness.
Oh.
Because those are the people least able to respond, to answer the questions properly. One of the reasons I get along with the people at the state agency is I had a client brought in by her brother who received a letter saying, send me the information, fill this form out. She ignored it, got a second form, got a third form. got a letter saying you have to fill this out within 10 days, didn't do that, and then got a letter saying because you didn't respond, you're apparently no longer severely mentally retarded. Her brother brought her in. The woman had an IQ of 63. She had no concept what that form meant.
Mm-hmm.
I called the person who sent the letter, gave him this claimant's social security number, and said, if you've cured her, you're going to win a Nobel Prize. He pulled the file, apologized, thanked me for not going to the newspapers or the television stations. And 2 days later, she got her letters rescinding that termination. But they don't know what they're doing. They have to handle a huge volume of cases.
Right.
And if you don't respond, they just send these letters out. So respond, but people with mental problems are high on the list because they can't respond. And although there's technically no quotas, they want to cut off a certain amount of people.
Sure. Yeah. They're saving, I think it's 9 to 1. Every dollar they spend, they're getting 9 back on these